Hey bros, today I'm going to be sharing with you my optimized settings for Doom Eternal. If you want to experience the game with ray tracing enabled, the low preset just won't cut it. But don't worry, I've got your back with these optimized settings. These settings will give you the best balance of visuals and performance, ensuring an incredible gaming experience. But before we dive in, make sure to smash that subscribe button so you never miss out on our latest gaming content. I'll walk you through each setting step by step, explaining their impact on your gaming experience. The first thing we want to do is enable the Steam Deck's native FSR. We just need to change the resolution at which the game is rendered. At this resolution, the level of detail will be similar to FSR quality. I've disabled VSync since the Steam Deck will be taking care of it. And next up, we want to make sure that ray tracing is enabled. After that, we can come down here to the advanced settings. I'll be using high texture pool size. And then for the shadow quality, I'm going to go with medium. It offers the best balance. And then on reflections quality, it's the same. I'm just going to go with medium. Motion blur low. Directional occlusion low. Lights quality medium. Particles quality high. I really enjoy having all those particles. We are setting this one to ultra to avoid popping, because if you lower it to high, you might experience slight popping. So I find that ultra works very good. Then water quality to medium, volumetrics quality to medium, then texture filtering quality to high, geometric quality to medium because it's pretty demanding to increase it. You can give it a try, but okay, now I'm going to leave this on. Film grain, I'm going to set it to 0. You got to make sure that resolution scaling mode is set to off. And then depth of field, you can turn it on or off as you like. And that's about it for these settings. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the gameplay. Okay, I'll begin at this area where I've already cleared out all the enemies. Even after defeating them, this particular zone remains quite demanding. However, as you can see, we're still maintaining a solid frame rate above 40 FPS. Let's jump down here and get some action. And yeah, as you can see, the frame rate is pretty good. It's basically the same as it was in the previous area, even though here we have some action going on. Yeah, you get the occasional drop, but overall it stays above 40, 45. And oh, I forgot to mention, make sure to limit your Steam Deck's refresh rate to 40 Hz. That way you'll get a super butter smooth experience here. By limiting the refresh rate to 40 Hz, you can also get a better battery life, which is always something good. Another thing that I didn't mention is that I don't have any specific TDP set to my Steam Deck, so it's using its default value, which is 15 watts. And as you can see with these optimized settings, we're getting a frame rate that's much better than it was with the low preset. And it also looks much better. We have a much higher graphical detail than with the low preset. Here we have some ray tracing effects on screen, and you can see that the frame rate is still excellent. So let's move on to this other area and kill some enemies here. And these settings are just great, so I think there's not much more to add, at least at 100p resolution. So I'm going to move on to 1080p and see what frame rate we could get with these settings. They should be a bit lower since the upscaler has to do a bit more work, but they should be pretty good. Okay, so here we have it. Optimized settings at 1080p using a TDP of 15 watts. Don't try to lower the TDP because you're just not gonna make it work. You really need those 15 watts here. Because as you can see, we are getting 40 FPS most of the time, but you can get some dips here and there, like right now. Yeah, we're dipping into the like 36. But yeah, overall I'd say that it's really good. It's alright. It's a good experience if you ask me. So yeah, and keep in mind this is one of the most demanding areas that I've found. So now I'm gonna move on to an area that isn't as demanding. So there isn't much going on in this area, but hey, you're not gonna be all the time slaying demons in this game. You also need to move around the map, which is a bit unrealistic. I mean, the moment we encounter an enemy, they're probably gonna go down to 50s, 40s, or whatever. But right now, very smooth. and the Steam Deck isn't getting hot or anything, so it would be perfect if we could have these FPS during normal gameplay. Okay, so let me get back to the area where I was just before so you can see how hard the FPS take. And we're back in the mid-low 40s. That's our target, so everything's fine. And that does it for today. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.